can you help people understand, because a lot of people think, by conceding to the weight and the rehydration clause, you guys are giving such a at a disadvantage, giving him an advantage. Just help people understand why you and your father thought this was a good opportunity.
We just know it's right. We knew that this is what it would take to make this fight, and this is the fight that we want. A big fight. And I've said this too. I don't look at 144 like it's a catchweight. I look at it like it's a weight class. I have to make 144. I have to be a professional and make weight. Simple as that. That's my job, So what is 3 more pounds? If that was your job and you were making the kind of money that we're going to be making that night, you do the same thing.
Shawn, you lost your IBF title to Kell Brook. Is this the right fight in the right direction to get you back into the welterweight mix?
Oh yeah, most definitely. This kid has got one of the biggest names in boxing. And, obviously after defeating him, I look to have the same, but along the way, we had our fight with Kell Brooks, didn't go the way we wanted. Just slowed it down just a little bit, Like my dad said, man, it was a breakdowns precede breakthroughs, So, this is what's supposed to happen now. Adrien Broner and Shawn Porter.
What are you going to be like?
Madonna was able to solve the problem with Adrien Broner. Do you have the right set of skills to solve that problem?
I do. I know that I do. And I don't think it's going to be done the same way. We have different styles. And he did what he thought he knew he should do. And it ended up working out for him. We're going to do the same thing our way.
Shawn, if you land a victory, do you think you can get that Mayweather fight in September?
I think I could. I don't know if he'll fight me. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold up my career until he makes a decision, But, everyone has said that, Adrien Broner and Floyd fights a lot like Floyd Mayweather. If Shawn Porter can beat Adrien Broner, he's probably the one who can beat Floyd Mayweather. So, of course, that could be in my future, and I have looked at that option.
What do you think Broner's going to have to look?
It means everything, I think for me, Ohio's in my heart, Cleveland's in my heart, Northeast Ohio's in my heart, but this fight to me is bigger than that. This fight is a world championship fight, even though it's not for a championship. This fight just is bigger than Cleveland and Cincinnati. This is something that the world's going to look at and remember.
When you guys were amateurs, did you envision fighting Adrien as a pro?
It's so funny. He's a few years younger than me, and he's always been a lot smaller than me. He finished up his career in the amateurs at 132, 141. I finished at 165. So even at that point, there was never a thought of fighting Adrien Broner. But obviously, when he moved up to 147 and got that WBA belt, it was like, okay, if he's staying here, he can't just, you can't just open the door to 147 and not come see me, So about that time.
What do you think Broner has to worry about most in terms of going in with you? Because he knows you.
All of it. All of it.
All of it.
All of it. From the speed to the quickness to the power, the punch output, the body shots, all of it.
What do you think about his usual bravura that he does, like the dancing and all that? Is that something that bothers you? Doesn't affect you?
It doesn't bother me. I've just always been like this. It's not me, but I appreciate it. It's funny to look at. It's exciting. He's an entertainer, and that's what this sport needs.
Should you get past him, is there a chance that you consider fighting Kell Brook?
Oh yeah, that fight. If they want it, we want it. That's a no-brainer.
Shawn, would you want Floyd Mayweather down the line?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer as well. I've said that. I've been saying I wanted Floyd, even before I did have the IBF title. I think even more now, I'm more ready for that fight than I was back then.
Lots of people.
Yeah, I think after fighting Adrien Broner, who has that similar style, that it's a good experience for getting to fight a Floyd Mayweather.
The entire world is excited about your fight. What do people tell you when you walk around Vegas, or people from home?
It's unbelievable, man. This fight has become a blessing to boxing, a blessing to myself, my family, my team. I get a whole lot of kick his A.
I mean, the biggest question is, can you make 144 comfortably and be strong? Right?
Yeah, no problem. Why not?
Shawn,
do what I have to do.
When you were 11-0, you sparred Manny Pacquiao, and you did more than hold your own. How did that experience help you, and what did you pick up from Manny back then?
Yeah, it just lets me know that I was doing the right things then. I'm still doing those things, and I'll be ready for this fight.
How tough is this fight compared to all? You've been in with some big names, obviously. How tough are you anticipating this Broner fight to be compared to the other ones you've been in?
Oh, tough. The toughest. This is, I think prior to him. I think, you know, Kell Brook, I made that fight a lot tougher on myself than it needed to be. After that becomes, you know, Devin Alexander, and I handled Devin Alexander pretty well. So, and Devin is a slick boxer, likes to outbox his guys. I didn't let him get comfortable, so that's part of the game plan, man. Can't let nobody be comfortable.
Shawn, what's one aspect about Adrien Broner's game that you think could potentially give you a problem?
I think more than anything is speed. He's got speed. Kid is fast. He's fast.
Who's faster, you or him?
Sean, Adrien
We'll see
is just so
June 20.
subtle in his answers, his advice about you, saying, I guess I won't insinuate that he, you know, I got the best part of the sparring.
Oh.
So, and you're a kind person, obviously, but I mean, and he said that it couldn't, the sparring isn't really gonna.
No, the sparring doesn't tell what's going to happen in the fight, and
place, but
you know that was 2011, 2012 when we sparred with one another. If he remembers that, and remembers getting the best of me, that's cute. You know, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Do you feel? I'm sorry. Do you feel victory over Broner will catapult you to the Mayweather sweepstakes?
It has to. It has to. It has to. You know, obviously they have similar styles, which, you know, people will look at that and say, if this kid beat Adrien Broner, who fights just like Floyd Mayweather, he should be able to beat Floyd Mayweather. It's my job to make that come true. Make all that happen. You know, put it down the way I'm supposed to, the way my corner tells me to, June 20th, and then we'll move on from there.
It's a fight that fans cannot miss. Explosive.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
Do you think every guy?
Do you really think Adrien fights like Mayweather, or tries to fight like Mayweather?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. Yeah, a lot of similarities.
So why isn't he as successful as Mayweather?
Well, that Marcos Maidana fight kind of really pushed him to the back, you know. And then, you know, he lives his own life, and that's his own career. I don't care about that. All I care about is him getting in the ring June 20th.
So would you say his life outside the ring has affected his ability?
It could be. I don't. Again, man, that's his career, his life. I don't
So
care.
your life outside the ring says a lot about who you are today.
Yeah, I think so. I think I can speak on that. I think that a boxer, how you prepare yourself for a match and how you carry yourself outside of the boxing ring and the gym dictates how you perform in and out of the ring, you know. So my dad has always taught me to be professional at all times, and you know, that's what I try to do.
Who's that one fighter you've always looked up to?
One fighter I've always looked up to, Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
That's why you carry and dress like that, huh?
I love dressing like this, man. I love the suits. I have fun wearing these suits. I look good in them. I'm comfortable in them, and yeah.
Shawn, have you thought about fighting Floyd in your head? I mean, do you think every guy at 147 has had that thought when you're watching the fight? Have you thought about that for?
Yeah, that's one of those fights. You know, I'll tell you guys this. Before this fight was announced, I didn't know exactly who I was going to be fighting. So when I'm training, I can't just go through the motions. I can't just do it because it becomes boring. It becomes, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be here, you know. So one thing for me, myself, what I do is, you know, if I'm hitting the bag, I'm visualizing the fighter. If I'm running, I'm visualizing who I'm fighting, how the fight's going, all that kind of stuff. So I visualize, you know, everybody, even including Floyd Mayweather, prior to this fight being announced.
Even in your mind, is that a tough task?
Yeah. All of them. Believe it or not, all of them are tough tasks, and then I immediately try to figure out what I would do to offset that or make it easier or defend that or whatever, you know. So I play with myself mentally, and that's how I get myself ready.
You had a high-profile fight against Kell Brook. What did you learn more about yourself and defeat from that fight?
I learned that you know, I was focused. I did everything that it took to be there and, you know, be prepared for that fight and everything. I think I lost myself during the fight. I didn't keep the right head on. I didn't listen to the corner as much as I should have. I didn't, you know, in some respects, stay focused to the game plan and what was being asked. I kind of got ahead of myself, you know. So I know what that feels like now. That's the great part about it is, you know, you sense something like that and you immediately can, you know, stop it.
You were saying, like, with your other fight that what happened was you weren't listening in the corner as much and everything. What is that something, like, because some people, you know, it's very good for them when their coach is their father. And others, you know, then their problems, like maybe like things get in the way. Like you don't listen as well as you might if it was someone who wasn't related to you.
I don't
What's
really
your-
think that was not that played it has no significance in how and why I performed the way I performed in that fight. I think it was just a simple case of me saying, if I hit this guy, he's gonna go down. Gotta get him, gotta get him, gotta get him. And with the gotta get him mentality, I lost my corner. You know what I'm saying? And so I learned from that. I understand that.
So you never fought anyone like Adrien, really? So
No, I have. I fought guys, you know, what you guys don't see on TV doesn't mean everything, you know. I fought in England, I fought in Brazil, I fought in Venezuela, I fought all around the world. I've seen it all, you know. So if you're asking what makes Adrien Broner different, he's got speed, he's got quickness, he's got it all. But you know, it's nothing that I haven't seen, nothing that I've never been against.
And so what's new in your training to go up against? And where's your strength and conditioning coach? Everyone has one. Where's yours?
Right here.
Well, there you go.
This is my strength and conditioning coach, Larry Wade. He also acts as my bodyguard, and
The double.
and he is Kenny Porter when Kenny Porter is not around. So any more disrespectful questions like that, you're gonna have to answer to him.
Shawn, with all these comparisons and similarities of Adrien Broner and Floyd Mayweather, is this the right fight to prepare you for Floyd Mayweather?
I think it's a fight to get me on that track, on that way. You know, I don't think that, you know, this guy, he's flat out not Floyd Mayweather. You know, I haven't, you know, even though I've watched Floyd, I haven't studied Floyd. Now it's not the time to study Floyd. Now it's the time to continue to study Adrien Broner and be ready for him. But I do think that this is a fight that can get me on the track to fighting someone like Floyd Mayweather.
Did y'all sign a peace treaty not to talk trash?
No, man. Look, you know me. This is me.
I know
That's it. He feels the way he feels. You know, he respects me, and I appreciate that. That's a blessing. You know.
Said Pacquiao Mayweather, you would be better than Pacquiao Mayweather. Why do you say that, and what were your thoughts on that fight? Considering you saying that,
you know what? I honestly felt that fight was a great fight. Watching that fight and being a boxer, I could understand what was going on. One guy was just being outclassed and overmatched, and no one expected that. Because no one expected that, they immediately threw that fight out the window as if it wasn't a great fight. I honestly thought it was a great fight, but I'm a boxing fan and I'm a boxer, you know. I think that this fight has more to offer than that fight had. You know, you got just two contrasted styles that are great. You got two young fighters that are hungry, who need the win. You got me with the energy. You know what kind of energy I'm bringing. It doesn't matter who I'm in the ring with. That energy will be there. You know, I've said this before, man. I don't condone boos. When I'm in the ring, you will not boo me. You know, I was at the MGM when those guys fought, and there were a couple boos, and I'm like, why are these guys booing? This is a great fight, you know. But at the same time, man, I think that this fight will be that great that you will remember this for a long time.
Shawn, I'm
Get
excited.
this later.
Go ahead.
How much has his style evolved since you watched him growing up in the amateurs?
A lot. He and I think he still has that Cincinnati swag, that Cincinnati slickness. You know, growing up, he was more of a puncher. Even when he first turned pro, it was a little bit the same. But as you grow, the rounds get longer. You have to kind of find yourself. He settled down into more of a Floyd Mayweather type of style of, you know, picking his shots, using his shoulder roll, countering the guy, you know, and taking his time and being more precise with his punches, you know. So, I mean, I have to push the action just to make him uncomfortable.
And as for yourself, your own style, your own evolution of your career from the amateurs, would you still say you fight primarily in the same style, or have you adjusted your style?
I actually do fight a lot of the same way that I fought in the amateurs. I think, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know. And I think what we've done up to this point before we turned pro was just the right way to do things, you know. And, you know, as we turned pro, 4 rounds was the same. And as we started to, you know, progress 6, 8, 10 rounds and overwhelm guys with the speed and the quickness and the power that they don't normally see from a professional fighter, we've been able to match that with, you know, the workouts to build my body up to be able to put out that kind of energy and pressure and all that kind of stuff. So my boxing style is a lot of the same way as it was in the amateurs.
Could we see a stoppage in this fight? The way you guys are talking about fight, do you think you can see a stoppage in this fight?
I think so. You know, you take a look at Marcos Maidana did to him. I'm just a better boxer than Marcos. No disrespect to him, but I just have a lot more in my arsenal. You know, Marcos overwhelmed him with power and grit and might and all that kind of stuff. I have all that, but I also have speed. I can hit Adrien from the outside. I can set things up. My boxing IQ is up there. I'm going to do everything that it takes to get a stoppage, man.
It seems in many ways the way that you talk about Broner, like from your amateur days and knowing him, it's almost like you talk about him like a younger brother or that he's been behind. Do you think there's any danger that you might underestimate him?
Well, if you look at it like this, you can't let the little brother creep up on you, man. That's when they get you. I got 2 older brothers and they still don't let me. I've been world champion and everything, and they still don't. So I've learned that all the right and wrong things from my big brothers, you know. So I would really wouldn't say this is a little brother versus big brother type of match, but you know, he's a few years younger than me. He's obviously smaller than me, you know, so I'm not gonna let the little brother do what he thinks he wants to do.